Hey guys, Preparing here. Today I want to go over like the biggest mistake people make when they're trying to make a whirlwind barb for themselves. Now when it comes to whirlwind barbs are really good because they're a very good farming class, and they're really good because they do a lot of damage, they move through the content quickly, and they're actually able to stay alive doing so because of certain factors with life on hit and lifesteal and a few other things. Now, I know it's a really cool character and a lot of you guys are trying to make whirlwind barbs, but I've been getting a lot of feedback saying that, how do you do Act 3? I don't get it. I do the same damage. These are my stats. I don't understand. Like, how are you able to do Act 3 and I'm not even able to do Act 2 properly? I don't get that. That's what I really want to discuss today. The very short form answer to that question is that pretty much all limitations in terms of being able to defeat content in Diablo 3 are defensive, especially for barbarians. Now, what that means is that if you do half my damage, but if you have like the exact same defensive abilities, so if you have like the same talents and you have like the same resistances, the same life on hit, maybe a little bit more in the case of lifesteal, but that's not really that big of a deal. So if you have all the same defensive stats and you did half my damage, yeah, you could do it pretty much just as easy as I could. There's a few limitations, like damage does help. Every now and then you fight a really nasty champion, and being able to kill it quickly allows your screen not to be covered up in arcane beams or something like that. But short of very few select scenarios, lowering your damage to match an acceptable level of defense is really the key. And I think that's always going to be the key, at least when it comes to the barbarian. So let me show you guys my character here. I don't have the regular talent here. Normally I'd have Wrath of Berserker with Slaughter, but we'll discuss that another time. So you can see that most of my resistances are about 800. I have 9k armor, and this is with the Nerves of Steel talent, which converts my vitality into armor. And I have a very respectable 1200 life on hit and 2.8 lifesteal. And my life, 43k. I think anything below 40 is a little bit risky because you can die very, very quickly otherwise. And short of that, the defensive limitations are maybe a little bit lower. So you can probably get away with like 750 all resist, maybe a 500 or 600 less armor. Obviously armor and resist go hand in hand, so you can have more resist and less armor and so on. And when it comes to actually choosing the gear, I think it's really important to get some lifesteal, and one of the easiest places to get it is on a belt. So Barb only belts, they can have lifesteal. Lifesteal is in general significantly inferior to life on hit with this spec in particular. However, when you use Wrath of Berserker Slaughter, I'll bring it up for you guys here. When you use this ability, you're going to do a tremendous amount of damage, but the number of hits that you put out is only slightly larger. So when you pop Wrath of Berserker Slaughter, having no lifesteal compared to some lifesteal is a huge difference, because you're able to do whatever you want if you have lifesteal, because your damage is so off the charts insane. So that's why I recommend some lifesteal. I also recommend, like I've reiterated in several videos in the past, a very good offhand with high life on hit and high crit damage. You always want to have a little bit of damage, but you got to focus on those defensive abilities. And the best way to get the key ones, the ones you haven't perhaps thought of before, aside from the resist, the armor, and the life, is these life on hit and these lifesteal bonuses. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're building your whirlwind barb and you're struggling, just get a little bit more defense, practice playing the barb a little bit more, and you should be good. I was able to do Act 3 on like a budget version of this barb. My DPS was like 14k, but I was able to do it. Like, I died, yeah, several times more, because like in certain cases, like I said, the whole screen would be filled up with random garbage I couldn't avoid anymore. But in terms of killing most mobs, doing literally like 1/6 of the damage that I do, I was able to do it. You gotta match the defense. Nothing else really limits you in the game. More damage helps you out, but it doesn't stop you from doing the content if it's just a bit too low. Hope you guys got some good tips, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.